Welcome back. I'm Angela. This is my life with migraines too. um, yeah. So most of my videos on this channel, I'll be playing. What's? We have a dragon attacking. Perfect. Um, most of my videos on this channel, I will be playing a game while I talk about life, if I have anything to talk about, and then, but some videos I won't. Like, I'll probably do a video showing some of my new stuff as I get it, because I did buy some things since my money finally came in from long-term disability. Um, if you've watched some of my videos, you may know that my headset only works on one side because my cat chewed this little wire right here. This little wire. So this side doesn't work. Only this side. It's great only having sound on one side. So I have a new headset coming. My speakers, he chewed through the wire of those. My speakers still work, but like, you have to get it in just the right position. Like, he literally chewed through one of the wires that's wrapped inside. So like, you have to kind of get it in a position where those two wires are touching, and then it works. Like, we've taped it, like we wrapped duct tape around it. It still doesn't help. Like, we have it like braced between two things so that it stays in the right position. But like, if a cat walks by and, you know, bumps it even a little bit, then my speakers don't work and we have to adjust it again. So I have new speakers coming. Nothing expensive. I've never bothered buying expensive speakers. I think, what are the ones I have now? I don't even know what the hell brand these are. I don't even see a brand name on this one. Does this one have a brand name? They're made in China. I can't even, like, there's a little logo, but I don't know what the hell it is. Anyway, they're cheap, but they work, right? I don't need fancy speakers. I want to be able to hear my game sounds clearly, but I don't need like really fancy speakers. I'd rather have a good headset for when I need to do that kind of stuff. And then also, new mouse. This is my Razer Death Adder Chroma. I know Razer is kind of one of those companies, it seems that people either love them or hate them. Always liked Razer because I've never had a problem. And I know there are some people that have constant problems with Razer. But it seems to be like that's the way every brand is. Like, my husband, for example, absolutely loves Logitech. Like, that's the only brand he'll buy. He has a Logitech gaming keyboard, he has a Logitech gaming mouse. I think his speakers are Logitech too. But like, I don't really care about Logitech one way or the other. What I've used from them's been fine, but for me though, Razer's never been a problem. I've had 3 different keyboards over the last 10 years. Currently, I have the Black Widow Chroma. I had to think for a moment. I can't remember what the ones I had before that were. I know one of them was lit up in blue. It's a long time ago. They don't make it anymore. And then it was like really big. It was really bulky. And then I got really tired of it being bulky, so I replaced it with a smaller one. I used that one until that one started kind of showing signs of wear, and then I got the Black Widow Chroma keyboard, and I've never had a problem with it. Now the Death Adder Chroma mice, I like it because it fits my hands. Like, it does well for me.
Your objective is
As
Fort
far as
Sunstead.
it's comfortable for me to use. Like, I don't want a ton of buttons on my mouse. I like the 2 side buttons for your thumb that, like, when you're on the web, like, it'll go backwards and forwards and stuff. I like the mouse wheel to be one that you actually click. I like there to be a wheel. That's it though. I don't need a lot of buttons. I am a sucker for customizable lighting though. Hence the fact that I have the chroma mouse and the Chroma keyboard. I have my keyboard lit up in a rainbow pattern where like it starts.
Something to report?
You can't even see my damn. Okay, here we go. Hands. On the left side of the keyboard, it starts at red and then goes orange, yellow, green. Then I have like a light blue and a darker blue and then purple finally at the right. Like where the number pad is purple. I'm a sucker for customized lighting. I'm a sucker for customization and I'm a sucker for lighting, and then you put both of them together, you got me. I can't help it, you got me. But anyway, I had to replace my Death Adder Chroma. They now have, they don't have the same one anymore. Oh, I don't need this bright light, hang on. Side note, I have a thing in my head, you know, migraine. Those things, I have one of those going on right now. It's not horrible at the moment. Just getting there. Okay, come on. Oh my god. I have to sign into Amazon. It's the Death Adder Elite now. Is what I got. Looks the same. But they apparently don't have the regular Death Adder anymore. Just so you know what's happening in the game, if you haven't played the Imperial or Stormcloak Civil War line, you go around to various regions of Skyrim. Right now we're in the region known as the Pale, and you do something that basically takes it for the Imperials, if that's the side you're fighting for. If you're fighting for the Stormcloaks, it's going to take it for the Stormcloaks. It's basically, it's a war. You know, we're taking different areas of the nation and putting them under our control. So, it's like this one. There's a few of these. You go into a fort. This time it's Fort Dunstad, as you can see on my screen, and we have to take it from the enemy. So basically, we're gonna go in and kill a bunch of Stormcloaks. That's it. Where it is located, it should be nearby because it should be in the same region. Ah, here it is. But I could fast travel directly to it. But that you have to follow the friggin' to follow the quest and meet up with the soldiers first. Apparently I'm gonna go to this giant camp. If my migraine doesn't get any worse, I'll be able to do my normal length video, but if it gets any worse, it's like, it's at the breaking point right now. Like, I'm really light sensitive. When you have chronic migraines, you have to find a way to live with them. Like, you have to. You know, if you get a migraine a month, you might be able to just, like, take that whole day off, go freaking sleep in the bed, you know, up in bed and, you know, not do anything, right? You don't do dishes, don't do laundry, don't cook dinner, don't, you know, if you have kids, you can't really not take care of your kids, but, you know, do as little as you absolutely have to do. If you only have like one migraine a month. However, if you have chronic migraines, which means you have 15 or more a month, I would imagine even at like 12 a month and such, it would be difficult. That's just not considered chronic for some reason. For some reason, the cutoff is like half the month, basically. Between chronic and episodic? Is that how you pronounce that? I don't know. Anyway, if you have a... I can't shoot this dude. Wait, stop moving! Stop moving! I'm going to kill you! Oh, you know what? Where's my weapons? I don't even have them favorited. Favorite yourselves. Favorite. Do you see this weird? No, you can't see it actually because my webcam camera screen is over it. Doing the weirdest shit. Okay. Whatever. Die. You are supposed to be number 2. Be number 2. I don't know what number 3 was supposed to be, but it's gone. Because I only have 1, 2, and 4. Oh, I think number 3 was magic. Why is my magic not on there? Anyway. Migraines. Back to what I was saying. Look, we are talking about migraines today. It's, you know, it's part of my life. So, oh, I haven't freaking... I need to loot! Migraines make you not think as clearly. Just let me tell you that. It's one of the biggest things... Side note, before I get back to what I was talking about migraines. One of the biggest things about migraines that a lot of people don't realize is migraines isn't just a headache. Head pain is part of a migraine most of the time. You actually can have a migraine without head pain. But migraines itself are not... They technically don't even originate in the head. They are a neurological disorder. Okay, migraines are a neurological disorder. I don't know where the third dude is. Oh, over here. No. Legit, and then that one. Oh well. So that's the difference. Like a regular headache, even a tension headache, you know, a sinus headache, all the various types of headaches there are out there in the world. Oh, here's the last guy. They are headaches. They originate in your head. The cause is in your head, right? Migraines are not... There can be head pain associated with it. There usually is. But there are types of migraines like people who have migraines with aura, which are visual disturbances that go along with migraines. Sometimes I don't have aura, thank goodness. But people who have, that's like a I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing because I'm trying to talk while playing Skyrim and it's brain fog is what they call it. It's harder to concentrate, it's harder to focus and shit like that. It's one of the symptoms of migraine. So anyway, what I'm saying is migraine is a neurological disorder. It is not a headache. It may involve head pain. I said it typically does. Not always, but typically. Majority of the time, probably. But it is a neurological disorder, not a headache. Okay? Now, what I was saying is, when you have... I need my bow for this. I need my bow for this. What are you doing with your life? When you have... that was fun. My game froze for a minute there. When you have migraines, you know, 15 plus times a week, I mean, a month, see what I mean? I can't freaking focus, man. When you have migraines and all the symptoms that go with it that often, you have to learn to somewhat live with it, okay? Like, you can't just lay down and die. Not literally. But you can't just hole up in a bed. What is this? This looks like somebody was like buried here or something. You can't just lay down in bed and do nothing 15 days or more per month. You know what I mean? Like, you cannot do that. And you don't want to do that either. You know, even if that was realistically something you could do, I don't know, let's say you're absolutely just, you know, rich as can be and don't have any need to do anything other than stay home all day or something. Still, it's not something you want to do. You don't want to be stuck in bed 15 days out of the month, right? Like, who wants that? So, you learn to do things to deal with it, right? First of all, you tend to get a high. How is that's a horse? First of all, you tend to get a higher tolerance of pain. Okay. Because you have it so often, you've kind of learned to deal with it. So migraines can vary in pain level, anywhere from, like we'll use the pain scale, 1 to 10, right? My migraines can vary anywhere from like a 3 all the way up to a 10. Thankfully, it's not often that they're a 10, because 10 to me is absolutely unbearable. 10 to me is I kind of want to die. Because it hurts so much, okay? Even 9 is pretty bad. But most of mine, I would say the majority of mine would fall in like 4 to 7 on the pain scale, okay? So I've learned to deal with it in that, when it's a 4, maybe I can still be on the computer depending on how bad my light sensitivity is. I might even still be able to like run to the store if, say, like me and my husband, realize we need, I don't know, milk or something. I don't like running out of milk. Something like that. I might be able to still do it at a level of 4. I can still play Skyrim. Things like that, right? Once it gets up to about a 6, it starts restricting what I can do quite a bit more. Once it hits a 6, I consider it severe. Because at that point, there's a lot less things I can do. I may not, most likely I'm not going to be able to be in front of a computer. I might be able to handle, like my phone screen still, because even though it can get bright, it's much smaller. It's just, and if I don't know, it goes bright all of a sudden just for like a transition type thing, I can just like turn the phone around, right? Easier to deal with than my computer. I mean, if you're trying to read an article or you're trying to Google something that's a bright white page, it doesn't, you can't do anything about it, and it's much bigger. So sometimes when I'm at like a 6, I can still handle using my phone. So I might go lay in bed and just like look at Instagram or Pinterest or something like that, because I don't like just sleeping for hours because I don't feel good. You know what I mean? Like I don't like doing that. If it reaches a 7 though, I'm gonna go sleep. Oh, hang on just a minute. I think some of my stuff is being delivered. Damn, it wasn't my stuff. It wasn't anything fun at all. Alright, anyway, what I was saying is basically when you have migraines this often, you learn to find ways to live with it. You start getting used to it. And you learn to do things even with it. And for me, a lot of times it will depend on the other symptoms that go with migraine. Like light sensitivity is one of my worst symptoms, and it is one I have with every single migraine. So, and the light sensitivity can vary. Sometimes it starts even before I know I have a migraine. Before I feel any other symptoms from it. So, depending on the light sensitivity, that will depend a lot on what I can continue doing. But normally, it's not until I get to a pain level of 7 that I absolutely can't do anything electronic, and I have to go lay down. Like, I don't have a choice. I need a dark room, I need quiet. Probably gonna take prescription medication by then if I haven't already. That kind of thing. So, I say all that to explain what life with migraines is like. Sometimes people say things like, you know, how can you be on Facebook when you have a migraine? Well, honestly, being able to do normal things like Facebook, like watching YouTube videos, watching Netflix, things like that, being able to do like normal things even when I have a migraine, honestly, it helps me keep my sanity. I mean, imagine if, right now I get migraines 20 plus days a month. So imagine if you had something that 20 days a month you could not do any of your normal activities. You couldn't go to the bank. You couldn't play video games. You couldn't take a shower. You couldn't watch TV. You couldn't cook anything for yourself. Like, you couldn't do laundry. You couldn't do, like, you could do nothing other than lay in a bed. Like, you go insane. You start to be quite blunt, you can start becoming suicidal. And honestly, I think that's common with any chronic pain condition. Because it's a situation where you're having pain and you can't stop it. You can't stop it. And it's rough. But I try to keep myself positive. I try to keep doing as much, normal stuff as I can. As long as I can when I have a migraine. So then I don't feel as much like migraines are destroying my life. I still very much feel like they destroy my life outside of my home. I will make sure I make it a doctor's appointments unless I have like a pain level of 6 or higher. But other than that, I rarely do anything outside of my house. We have groceries delivered. Because I can just pick out what I want online and have somebody else go pick up, the brands and everything I want and deliver them to my door. And that's just much easier. Let's see, where are we going to next? We finished regaining the pale. The rift is next, alright. That is down by Riften. Hence the rift. Ah, this camp. I'm just gonna pick up the quest and then we'll probably call it for today. So, anyway. That is why sometimes you will see me or hear me on here recording a video even though I have a migraine. Because I have to keep doing normal things for as long as I can stand it so that I don't feel like my life is being destroyed by migraines. Yeah. Right now it hurts, but luckily Skyrim's not a really bright game. It can be in the snowy areas, but I can't do anything bright right now. Like, I can't look at any websites that are like a white background, which I swear to God is the 95% of websites out there. I do things to try to make it easier on myself, like, I have Gmail is my, I do my email through, and I always have my email up. I have a very dark background for it. Instagram I look at on my phone, so it's not as bright. Pinterest I'll look at on my phone, so it's not as bad. YouTube just finally came out with where there's a dark theme you can choose. So I've done that with YouTube. Before that though, I had an add-on for Chrome that let me apply a dark theme to YouTube. I do that same thing for Facebook. I have an add-on for Chrome that lets me apply themes to Facebook, and so I have a very dark theme. It's not quite black, but it's like very dark gray. Twitter, for some reason, I don't check Twitter often, but if for some reason I decide to check it on my computer, I have the same add-on. I have a theme for Twitter that's really dark. So I try to get the things I use, you know, that kind of would help keep me sane during that time. I try to do what I can to make those bearable for me, basically. So
You're going to Riften. My
as long as they're not really bright,
steward Imperial has arrangements with the Thieves Guild.
for the most part,
Embarrassing
unless the pain starts getting worse.
I need
So,
you to find evidence of her corrupt activities.
alright, so in the Rift, we're not just going and taking over a fort.
And discretion. The Jarl's
We believe the Jarls, somebody, I don't know, just shady, gotta go get proof, and her to cooperate with us, whatever. That's what we're doing. We're being shady is what we're doing. It's a thing. If you're on the Stormcloak side, they do shady shit too. Neither side is pure. Alright, I'm gonna let you guys go for today. Thank you for listening to me ramble. Really, I've probably said it before, but my biggest thing with this channel, I hope it's entertaining. But my biggest thing with this channel is that I want to show people, one, people who don't have migraines, I want to show them what life with chronic migraines can really be like and how much it can truly affect you. And then for people who do have migraines, I want to show them that you actually can make changes in your attitude and in the things you do to make it more bearable to live with, if that makes sense. And it took me some time to get to this point. It took some work. I will tell you that. So, alright. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.